Hello there, and welcome back to episode 33 of the Fortress by the Sea, Kogana Ross. I have successfully killed my suspend manager. I have no clue how that has happened, but I only know that the program is now no longer working. So I'll see in between the episodes if I can find a fix for that, but until then, well, I have tried to fix it by canceling the construction of these walls. Oh, maybe these are the culprits, but at the end of the day, I'm not capable of restarting that. But either way, we're going to start today with the ground level constructions of our wonderful little bridge. So I'm really looking forward to that. But let me check one more time if I can now enable the span manager. And if anybody knows what this gibberish tries to tell me, it attempts to index a nil value, and this, I think, is what makes the program go shut down. I have no clue, but I am currently not able to reactivate it, and I'm a tad bit sad about that, because that will make the construction of all these walls a lot more difficult. That's the only thing I can say for sure. Anyways, not too much of my concern for today. My biggest concern for today will be creating this wall here. And didn't I order a water wheel to be constructed here? What happened to that plan? Well, we're going to construct it now because I still need to find out whether or not we are able to produce energy out of all that. This is another thing that needs to be checked out, and I want to find out. So here we're now officially working for the very first time with green glass blocks, because these are just a nice material to work with. At the end of the day, this entire thing that I'm building here is just for the sake of construction issues, you know? It's basically the working platform for our for the rest of the fortress. I'm a little bit concerned about the death of my suspend manager, but hopefully the devs of that tool will find a fix. But at the end of the day, there have been quite a lot of little malfunctions lately that were quite troublesome, to say the least. And looking at things now, well, check them out. They're just building stuff now. So, well, it's a nightmare, and I'm gonna fix it in the time between. We have built up our first line of statues here, and I figured that it's also about time that we're putting down the walls for this room here. Nice double door. And I haven't fully figured out what I want to do with this area here. Just know that I want to do something with that area. These constructions surely won't work. Wait a sec. They aren't necessary anymore either. Well, all those weird little ghosts floating around here. There's a lot of things that we still need to do. But most importantly, we're now capable of getting ourselves done here. So, inactive. This thing should be active if it would be actually producing power here. It's immersed in water. And let's just put a pump right next to it, just in case that... But I don't think that a missing connection to a machine is the problem. Usually that is how it looks like if there's no power behind it. And my fair queen has ordered new leggings, as usual. By now we're getting used to this kind of madness. But apart from that, the city is coming along quite nicely. We're slowly getting to the point where I'm actually finding time to lay down floors for the apartment blocks and all those things. And now the ground level work for the bridge will begin, which is actually a really huge task. Because now I have to figure out how we're gonna work with those pillars. How are these pillars supposed to look like? And most importantly, where will the pump stacks be at? So, yeah, looking forward to all these tasks, but it's safe to say that it's quite a lot of tasks. So, therefore, it's quite nice to go for the easy tasks, you know? There we go. And, well, the suspend manager is deactivated, but the rest is still running. Ah, well, at least something. Okay. Look at that. We're making our way here alongside. Down below. Okay, so let's... Oh, wait a sec. No! Stop it. No nice. No wrong blocks here. Good thing that I paid attention here. It's so easy to get yourself distracted here. So we won. Glass, of course. Just want to get started here with as much of that as possible. I think I destroyed the suspend manager with all the wall jobs that were unfinished here. I think that was what ultimately killed that thing. Okay, there's staircases hanging in the sky. Really bothers me massively. I also considered that... there's something going wrong here. I also considered that we probably should put up a proper scaffolding around the areas where I want to build walls, so things will go down more easily. I'm gonna deconstruct that trade depot because something is wrong here. These guys are supposed to be on the road since last episode already, and they're not. Not in the slightest. So, something is wrong here. Therefore, we're deconstructing that little thing. I mean, there's lots of disgusting elven leftovers here as well. So, yeah, inactive. So, obviously, the idea to source the power from the ocean has failed. Quite surprised about that. Did I do anything wrong? I don't think so. I'm gonna do the same experiment now one last time on the ocean side, but I assume that we've already seen our fair share of the problematic. If it's not working on that side, I think it won't be working on the other side either, but... Well, I want to give it a fair try, you know. Even though I don't think that the fair try will be of any worth. But at the same time, our maintenance platform is coming along nicely. And now with the death of the suspend manager, let's see if this is actually frying my computer less. We'll see about that. But it has again the same weird notion of starting at the end of things. But well, I don't know what that is, but... Ugh. What is it this time? Armor stands? Okay. So we're going to order, let's see, iron armor stands for a change. Although they will be used from the wrong area, but whatever. Whatever. Iron is at least a material that I have plenty of. So, by the way, I just noticed that it's time to work with these things. So we got ourselves a new smelter. Hell yeah. So here we go, magma smelter, boom. So let's put a wall in here. Chunk a hole in there. And get that third smelter running. This will help my people so much to get their jobs done faster, because currently we're limping behind on so many points in terms of production power, you know. Suspend Manager is back online. Huh. So, good thing. Never mind my pleas for help then. So down here, I despise how the walls are looking like, but I gotta say, in a situation like this, I actually don't mind. It's just as it is, you know. Alright, so track stop number 1. I'm going to make it this time that way. So I love the fact that I now have finally understood how these things work correctly, and as with many things to a fortress, as soon as you have understood how things work, it's actually a pleasure to work with them. But before you have reached that point, it's a nightmare. Dwarf Fortress. The best of the weird games out there. So, let's see. I have opened up a cobaltite stockpile a while ago. Ah, here. I have one down there as well. I see. Never mind me then. Okay, let's head one more time back upstairs. So, yeah, the entire thing up here is finally finished. Unbelievable. So we're going to put up the last pieces of wall here and there. There we go. Reactivate these. At some point they will notice that. Let's see. Is it because it's touching? Somehow, if something is touching a map's border, the Suspend Manager acts out super weird. Yeah. Water wheel doesn't produce power here. Alright. Good. That means we're going to have a proper water generator for this entire business. Whatever. It's fine. I don't mind. But to tell you one thing, I want to know now. If I don't draw this until the end of the map, will it behave properly? You know? Let's make these on the... But no. It'll still issue commands that are just downright bad. So that'll slow down the production of the rest of the line tremendously. While they're trying to path somewhere where they cannot even build towards to. Too bad. It's really a little bit sad, but well, whatever. So the dismantling of this place has spilled out a huge amount of goods. So I'm really afraid that these things are heavily bugged. But whatever. It is as it is. Dwarf Fortress has never been free of these problems, and therefore... Okay, so that means we'll have to produce power. This is in so far quite interesting, as we're going to be capable of producing our power directly in the pump stack. I think that's going to be the most interesting way to do it. So we're going to put the pump stack inside one of those pillars, or the power production of that much more, I must say, because we're going to have to rely on the water generator tech here. It's going to be the very first time, though, that I incorporate a water generator on the surface levels. Usually my water generators are subterranean, but that's not going to happen here. We're gonna build a big, nice machinery for this one. And that dude. Hunter sleeping outside here. Well. A couple of people are still unhappy with the current situation, but all in all, we have this fortress really well under control. But this stockpile here is too small. So, with all the loot from the caravan, we're now extremely rich in terms of food stockpiles. Alright. Love the fact that this fortress is now so luxurious, so epic, so powerful. I really love it when things come together like that. No, not again. Stop ordering leggings. Jeez, the frequency is so absurd. But well, that's the queen for you, you know. Splish splash, I'm taking a bath. Well, not this time. But the dude in the monument here, he was thinking like that. Alright. I mean, what's the official cause of death? Slain by the buzzard man Maroon Wilt. Huh. So that was a completely different story than I thought. Weird. I always, okay, whatever. So, we put a wrong monument there. Shame on me, I guess, but whatever. Okay, magma smelter number 3. I feel a lot more confident now on my task here to keep things going. Let's see, I bet that the reductions here aren't as behind anymore, exactly. So my noblemen are slowly being happy. Very interesting, I also think that my Duchess hasn't had any other demands ever since she demanded that brass door to her tomb. It's almost as if this was the last request after just sitting on that one for the end of the time. Weird. So, look at that. That's interesting. I can't build here? No. What? This is possible, but this is not possible. Okay. How was I capable of building that then? I'm very, very weirded out now. So I can build bridges here, though. Okay. So at least something. I needed to have... How did that happen then? If it is not possible on this end. Whatever. I don't care. I don't mind. It's all I need is that I can seal off this area so the aqueduct is not going to break at this point. I think though all the water that I'll be pumping up here will flow off the map at this point. I think this is what is going to happen. So I gotta be aware of that somehow, and I gotta work with that somehow. Well, we'll see how that works out once we hit that spot. Don't want to think too much about that right now. Right now, I'm just happy that we got all that done. It's finally done, you know. We finally got the top shelf done, and now we can go move on to the bottom section there, which is coming along super nicely. I mean, with the glass smelters operating on this level, I mean, we're constantly producing new green glass blocks, I think. Well-ish. Currently they're collecting sand, but all in all, look at that. Finally, everybody's working on these things. Super good. So the green glass blocks, though, let's see. It's I know what happened here. It's the last job on the list, so it's only been assigned to one workshop, I bet. Whatever. Doesn't matter that much. We're making really nice progress here. I do foresee that this part of the journey might go a lot faster than the part before, because now we're just going to have to work on these things. So I think the very first pillar should be below the plaza. But, you know, that's actually going to be very easy because the plaza is just huge. Okay. The biggest thing that I've been breaking my head about is the shape of these pillars and in which frequency I should be putting them up. Realistically, you'd be needing a ton of these, and well, realistically, this kind of bridge would be, in a fantasy environment, almost impossible to build. Let's dump realism. I really don't know what to do with all that junk here, though. It's starting to turn into a real problem. There's also flies everywhere. Oh, we don't have a fishery. Now I know what's happening. They've brought tons of fish, but we don't have a fishery to process it. That's why we have so many flies and everything here. Not bad. Well, at the end of the day, the bug trade has brought us tremendously many resources to work with. Guess there's something good after all in it. But apart from that, look at all those trees! It's terrible. They're everywhere. Somebody has to take care of all these trees, eh? But obviously I'm not allowed to. So we got a terrible lot of animals here in the cages. That is super weird. So whatever has happened, some animals got trapped in these cages here. Well, we're gonna dispose of them. No, not again. More leggings. More leggings. At this rate, I need to... If this goes on at this rate, I need to order the excavation of new iron just for the production of more leggings. I have no clue how many leggings this fortress has by now, but I do know that the situation is really ridiculous at this point. So, yeah, I somehow have a lot of animals here. Oh, there's not even a pit designated here. It's a shame. There we go. Let's put some critters in there. Alright. There's arrows littering everywhere. I mean, technically, you could be just smelting these and turn them into metal. Practically, I'm too lazy. So... let's see. Do they drift to the same spot where the dead goblins went? Yeah. So for some odd reason, this is where dead animals go. A masterwork has been lost. This is most likely a piece of clothing that deteriorated to nothingness at this point. That's usually what's behind these things. Oh dear, there's so much garbage here everywhere. And for some reason this fortress is constantly too busy with other things, so nobody ever discards all that garbage. Because this dump zone here is somehow not even remotely receiving as many things as it should be. I don't know what's wrong there. All these items that I ordered to be binned, they're just not getting binned. I don't get it. But, well, it is as it is. So, let's do some fun stuff with Gabbro Floor. So, go. Construction of floor. Starting here. To there. Construction of a wall. Right there. And construction of a staircase right there. Because a ramp is just not sufficing here. Sufficient? Sufficing? I don't know. There we go. Getting our job done. Still a little bit sad about the fact that we're not going to be able to create power out of the ocean. I would have loved to have water wheels powered by ocean waves. Gotta say. That was a very, very delightful idea. Was a nice dream as long as it lasted. So let's put down some Gabbro floor pieces here. So that people have some stone to walk on. And these doors, they need to be ripped out. There needs to be floor below them as well. The little things, you know. Oh, come on. Seriously? Now you... Okay. Leggings and coffins. Jeez. Get yourself a queen, they said. It's gonna be fun, they said. So... Oh, wait a sec. This is actually another job added on the first one. Because I just noticed that the leggings job hasn't been fulfilled yet. Jeez. That's what it is, eh? God, I have so many different wood types now. This is really troublesome. And I don't seem to have any green glass anymore. Yeah. So I think that's gonna be a decent size for the entire platform. Yep. And I also think that I need to scale up my glass production here. So we're going to get that done here. Double that up. We obviously need it. I'm quite glad that I got myself a second round of magma minecarts. It's obvious how much we need it. And look at this fanciness. So let's stress out the local workers even more by getting ourselves another nice order of gneiss. The gneiss is nice, you know. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, by the way. Me as a German, I'm allowed to butcher things like these sometimes. Or at least allow myself to. Good, so we're going to slap down the construction orders for the remaining part of the fortress, while rolling in the outro credits slowly. I thank you guys. It's really, really cool to have you around. I think we're going to have a bit of fun with Koganaros still, but we're seeing the end of the line, my friends. It's clear that we're reaching slowly but steadily the end, because I feel like as soon as we've finished the pillars, the pump stacks, and the water trap, this fortress is pretty much good to go. The only thing that will be still a to-do is this fortress around this entire place itself. You know, the fortress itself is so far pretty lackluster, but that's pretty much the only three things. Pillars, water, and the fortress. that's all that needs to get done, and this megastructure is finished. So, leave me your subscriptions, thumbs ups, whatever. I'm always down to have some positive feedback from you guys, and that all being said, thanks for being around, have a great day, and see you soon.